Hello, welcome to another edition of Beyond the Real. My name is Alex, and today we'll be talking The Last Duel. So The Last Duel is an adaptation of a book of the same name. It is directed by Ridley Scott, and it focuses on these two warriors who have a duel to the death because one allegedly assaulted the wife of the other. So this film was directed by the legendary Ridley Scott, and I really love this film. It runs at 2.5 hours, so keep in mind that the film is rated R for violence, sexual content, and nudity. There are some battle scenes that are pretty violent and gory. There's a few sex scenes, and nudity only appears maybe once or twice, but that's definitely something you have to keep in mind before you watch the film. And there's a little bit of foul language as well, but that mostly comes from Ben Affleck's character. So the film stars Matt Damon, Adam Driver, Jodie Comer, and Ben Affleck. And let me say that the respective actors did an amazing job with their respective characters. I don't have a bad thing to say about anyone. And I will give today's MVP award to Jodie Comer for very much carrying the narrative of the film. However, it is very difficult to get any further than that without going into spoilers. However, I will say that her performance was very moving. I felt really sorry for her, and I was very much on her side. Matt Damon also gives a great performance, and I very much felt his anger, frustration, and the sense of pride that he had in this film. So Ben Affleck's role in this film was very interesting. I haven't quite seen him do too much of this kind of role, and he was very charming, but he was also kind of comedic, and that's not really something I'm used to, but I think he really pulled it off pretty well. And also, when it comes to Ben Affleck's character, I will give a shout out to the costume department, because he is always in these lavishing robes. They're very colorful, and since I'm on that subject, the knight's armor, their chainmail, all of that just looks so great. So I'll tip my hat off to the costume department. And not just the costume department, but also the makeup department, because the makeup in this film is pretty good. Matt Damon has scarring on his face that looks very realistic. And in some of the battle scenes, we do see some gore. And I have to give my hats off to them for making it all look so realistic. And also, I have to say that one thing that I did enjoy about this film is that even though it was like a medieval film, it didn't have that very muddy, washed out look that most medieval films have. It was very much colorful, from costumes to scenery. I really enjoyed the way this film looked versus some other films of this nature that are very washed out. They're very gray, they're very mono. So I like that this film didn't take that route. So I also really like the way that the story was presented. It is broken into different chapters, and each one is based on the narrative of its respective character. So there are times that we see a scene played out more than once. However, it seems very different because it's played from someone else's perspective, and with each perspective we have small little details that weren't present in someone else's narrative. And honestly, I think I enjoyed Matt Damon's opening chapter a lot more than the other ones. So the climactic duel, I really liked the way the story built up to it. It was very personal, it was very rough, it was very physical, and there was a lot of stuff that went into this, and I really was not disappointed. So in summary, I recommend you watch The Last Duel. There's a lot to enjoy about it. Great characters, great performances, a great story, great makeup, great costumes. It's got some good action as well, although the main focus is more on the narrative, so it's a little more on the dramatic side than the action-packed side, but that's more than fine because that is the point of the film. So as of the recording of this video, this film isn't doing too well financially, so I would recommend you go watch it as soon as you can before it's pulled from theaters, because it's not looking too good for the film right now. So most definitely check it out as soon as you can. So with that being said, this is Beyond the Real. My name is Alex. I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you enjoyed the Last Duel. If you're new here, consider subscribing, please. Leave this video a like, share it with your friends. That will help out the channel tremendously. And I hope you have the grandest of times. I hope you have the bestest of days. And I'll talk to you soon. Alright? Bye.